If only we can wait. If only we can wait.
Welcome back to another segment of Insights with PT. As always, it's your girl Tammy here with
PT?
Yeah, so let's continue the convo, PT. And there's like I wouldn't say a common phrase, but many pastors or even they just say that God isn't a genie. So how do we kind of guide our prayers to make it not seem like, we're just asking, but you want to be in line with the destiny that God has for you?
Yeah, you've answered the question. Just pray according to God's will.
Wow, okay.
Just pray according to God's will. So if according to God's will, a man disappoints you, then you don't feel bad. You are still in God's will.
Right.
Just pray according to God's will. You understand? Once you pray according to God's will, honestly, you take the burden of heaven being silent on you, or God even saying no. I'm not saying every time he says he's silent that he's saying no. That's not what I'm saying. But even if he says no, categorical no, you don't feel bad because you have prayed according to his will. And what should matter to every believer is God's will. It's God's will. Now, I didn't know I was going to be a pastor. But the one who knew I was going to be a pastor had already chosen a woman that would be a helpmate and compatible, not somebody that will be in competition with you, And God said, don't worry, you might not see the fullness of this girl now, but I know that is the woman.
Right.
And that's how major decisions in my life have come to play place. Major decisions in my life. Yes, sir. There's no major decision in my life that I've not sought God. Not one major. I have to be careful.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I have to be careful because there's a thin line between, hearing God and doing his will and just missing it and doing your own will. Yeah.
So how do we deal with the fear of getting it wrong when stepping out in faith?
Honestly, these are two different things. I've done businesses that has failed. Does it mean that I didn't pray to God? I prayed.
Yeah.
But now I look back and I say that these were just learning curves for me. But they were costly because it costs money, time, everything, emotions. When something you thought about fails. But every failure or disappointment that I've found in life is working for me now. Because I can go back into experience and pick something from there that I've learned and then use it where I am, today. You cannot second guess yourself or God if you are stepping out by faith. I'm telling you the truth. You cannot second guess yourself. There are some things that I could have done better. If I have to do it now, I will do it better. But then where I was, what I gave you was the best I could give it. But God saw my heart and he knew that this was a faith move. And God backed it up. So don't be afraid when you are stepping out by faith. If corrections have to be made, God will send people to you or he will tell you himself just to correct you and to redirect you so that you don't eventually miss it.
Miss it. Wow. So I guess even how would you advise, how would you even kind of guide someone in the right direction of, they've come to you, they're like, Pastor T, I haven't heard God's voice even in a while. I haven't had dreams. I haven't had visions. I haven't had even maybe an inner voice or anything. What would you say to them? Like they're just a blank.
Don't be discouraged. Do the needful. What is the needful? Be in His presence. When you are in God's presence long enough, He will speak to you. And you will hear. Be in His presence in reading His word. Be in His presence in the place of worship. Be in His presence in the place of service. And when you are in God's presence long enough, He will speak to you. He will speak to you. You see, we are always anxious to just want things done, and as human beings, Zechariah was in God's presence for a long time, and he was believing God for a fruit of the womb, and nothing happened. But in God's own timing, 6 months before Mary was going to get pregnant, God said, "This is a poem," and God sent an angel to him while he was still serving, and God said, "Your prayers have been answered by God." And all of a sudden, Elizabeth, that was said to be barren, became pregnant. So that Elizabeth could give birth to John the Baptist, who is going to be the cousin of Jesus Christ, who is going to be 6 months older than Jesus Christ. God had planned these things out. Unless Elizabeth was not going to give birth to John, that is when God will have given her another child before John. This God is...
He knows. He just knows.
That's it.
Just knows.
He's all-knowing.
Yeah.
He's all-knowing. No matter how long you walk with God, and I say this with all humility, you can't know everything about God. If you hear a man of God saying that I know everything about God, they are boasting. I'm telling you, you can't know everything about God. You can't. You can't. This God, he's past finding out. As you are finding out one thing about Him, He shows you another side.
Right.
I say, wow, I never saw this side before. As you are thinking about, then He shows you another one. You say, God, the same God.
Right.
The same God.
To all the viewers, I hope you all locked in with us. We're listening. We're paying attention. Again, as always, if you have any topics, any themes, any questions that you want to be discussed right here on Insights with PT, go ahead and send them to the email address insightswithpt@jesushousebaltimore.org. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing. As always, it's your girl Tammy signing out with PT. We will catch you all next time. Bye.
God bless.